I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me.
I do try to stay positive, but I also stay real. And this is fucking real right now. Hi, welcome to me. I just found a parking spot. I came to the park and it's utter chaos. It's a Tuesday night. What the fuck's even going on? I decided, because it's getting close to sunset, and because I slept most of the day because my sleep schedule is completely McFucked right now. I've been considering things that I want to do, and maybe this video that I'm filming now will be this thing. I don't think it's going to happen today, but I at least want to start going towards that. I want to do like 10,000 steps in a day challenge, because I'm gonna keep it so real with y'all. For me, I consider 3K steps a good day. Between all my bullshit, my knee, my pain, my weight, my level of mobility, to me, 3K, I'm like, I did good today. So obviously I know in the scheme of like most people that's probably considered low, right? But for me, I've always considered that like, oh, I did good today. Like I made sure I did some movement, because like average day would probably be around 1,000, 1,500 steps. I got myself ready. I pushed myself out the door before the sunset. I did forget to bring my light with me, so RIP to me for that. But I'm going to walk around, play Pokemon Go. I'm not gonna like vlog the whole thing, but for, what's my heart rate? Hang on. But like I only woke up a couple hours ago, which is why my steps are currently so low. But that's like 494 right now. So, excuse me. So I'll check back in at some point. As I'm going, I'm gonna put in my headphones, vibe, and say, as long as I can, for time wise, and 2, as long as I can physically handle. I haven't eaten anything yet, because like I said, I woke up not that long ago. So I brought water, and I brought like some cashews and a couple different bar options, in case I do get hungry, because I'm not trying to eat out today, for a couple reasons, but money is the main motivator for that. Let me be real. I don't know what this event is. I don't know if there's food vendors or not anyway. I have no idea what's going on, but there's a fuck ton of people here, so I'm gonna go investigate. I busted these out today because we've got pinks going. We got a couple different shades of pink, but these, I didn't realize just how matchy these are. Like, this is awesome. Love that for me. And then I got pink on pink, and then black leggings and my tie-dye shoes. So that's the workout fit. Some kind of music. Oh, so side note, you see those like go-karts? That's a very Florida thing. I think there's some kind of concert going on. So I almost got to 1,000 steps, and my knees was just pissed. So taking a short break, and then yeah, there's something going on. There's a bunch of food vendors and stuff that I can see. These things tend to have an entry fee. I ain't looking to spend money today, so I don't know who's playing or what's going on over there, but sounds like it's fun. There's a ton of people here right now, so I've hit 1,600. My heart rate's up to like 110. I just started having this like new pain. Love that for me so much. In my hip, so on the same leg as my bad knee. I don't think I've experienced this before, so that's really annoying, because I think I'm being very overambitious right now for doing 10K steps. But like, I want to see if maybe I could do 5K, but I don't even know if I can do that right now, and I'm pissed about it. Like, I'm actually getting mad. So I am just talking through it right now. So I mean, I'm not giving up. I'm not like going home. I'm not packing it up yet. But like, this new found hip pain along with knee pain on the same fucking leg is just not a fucking vibe. It's really cool out here though, so it's like a nice night. Like, it's been a lot warmer recently, and as of right now, it's like very cool and breezy. It's beautiful fucking weather. Like, look at this. So I'm just been listening to music. I thought I would want to play Pokemon Go, but I'm not really feeling it. I don't know. I guess I've outgrown that phase. Fun fact about me, I used to literally be a Discord mod for a Pokemon Go server for a long time, and I was like a hardcore mod. Insert the jokes down below. It's fine. Whatever. I'll ignore you. It's fine. Just do what you gotta do. Like, when I first moved to Florida, that was like a big hobby I had. Another fun fact about me, I'm currently obsessed with this other game. I think that's the game that like takes up the most of my time. It's called Dragonscape Adventures. I've put way too much fucking time into that game. Way too much time. So yeah. That's what I do for my mobile game nowadays. But it is like, I am occasionally, like, when I'm sitting here playing, like sitting, I'll open up the app and like catch Pokemon and stuff. But while I'm actually walking, I just don't want to like injure myself while walking, because that would fuck up my life. So anyway, I'm gonna continue my short little break here and we truck onward. Oh, it's already almost 7:30. I started at like 6:55 and it's 7:28. So I didn't bring a tripod, but there's this like little podium thing. So hi guys, hold on. I must wish it was a little lower to the ground. So I'm gonna try standing here and filming for a minute, because it's been a day since I took my last Manjaro shot, and it's a really lovely day. Here, hold on, let me show you. Can y'all see the ducks? It won't let me zoom. Okay, fine. Trust me, there's just a bunch of ducks hanging out over there. So, I have an update. So I called my mail-in pharmacy, and Manjaro is like having a nationwide shortage right now. And they have a projected date for the 7.5. My doctor sent in a 10 milligram script, so I'm gonna ask my doctor to send in a 7.5 script on top of the 10, so that way whenever they get stock in, I can just lock in and go. And I also found out that my copay is only $62, so that's awesome. Hi. Good, how are you? There are people walking by. But yeah, so that's the main update with that. And then, yeah, I need to go keep walking, so. I feel you, buddy. I feel you. I've hit 2,625 steps. It is currently almost 8 p.m. I'm gonna be so real with y'all. I really want to keep going, and not long before I just sat down just now, I felt this like snapping, crackling in my bad knee. It's freaked me out a little bit, and I'm parked not too far, but it's a little bit of a walk to get back to my car, and I've completed over 1 lap of this whole park. There's like a whole, let me show you. There's like a whole circular thing, and that's been over 2,000 steps. I also walked along both of the docks, and like I'm gonna be so real, like I feel like crying right now, and I actually think it's like, it's not even because like I'm tired or hurting. It's if you ever heard of somatic healing, I think it's basically like a movement-based way of releasing trauma and traumatic memories that get stored in your muscles. There's a lot of scientific research behind what I just said. I'm not a fucking scientist. I'm not a doctor. Look into it. It's a thing. It's established. It's researched. Anyway, I just like, I'm really overwhelmed. Like, I'm proud of myself for getting out here and doing this. I'm really mad at myself that I can't keep going. I want to keep walking. I like being out here. I like having more time off my phone. In fact, I've just been walking with my phone in my purse. And it's been nice. And I'm just feeling like a lot of emotions, and I kind of want to cry. So I can cry behind my sunglasses and no one will know. But I'm in a lot of pain, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but I took ibuprofen and Ativan because I wouldn't have been able to leave the house without my Ativan again today, because the anxiety is just crazy right now. You know what? Fuck it. We ball. I am going to walk length of this park again to get back to my car. Whatever the number is, it doesn't matter, of steps. I'm not... Damn the consequences, honestly. I made it past multiple benches. I'm in a different part of the park now. I'm about halfway to my car from where I was at, so I walked about half a lap. I just wanted to see if I could possibly go straight to my car, and that just was not gonna happen. So after my last rest, this hip stopped hurting as much, but now my other hip just started hurting. So, and my back is pissed. Oh, my back, she pissed. She real mad. She real mad at me right now. And my knee keeps making funny noises. So I really can't wait for my pool to be accessible to me. But it's a cool day, and I just keep feeling these releases of emotion. It's kind of hard to explain. I don't quite know where they're coming from, which is why I feel like these feel similar to when I've had somatic releases. Which, I'm not someone who walks a lot, so I guess that would make sense that, those things get stored up, right? Oh, by the way, I'm over 3,000 steps now, if anybody cares. I just wish this wasn't so hard. A friend of mine is texting me right now, and she's lost a good bit of weight. She's a recovering diabetic too, and I've been beating myself up this whole time. And she's done a lot of walking and stuff. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so hard. I'm so proud of you. You're doing so great." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" Because I feel like I'm failing right now. Mental illness things. I'm still sitting here from my last check-in. I was just so emotionally overwhelmed. I don't know why I'm so emotional. I can't pinpoint it. The only thing that makes sense to me is the stuff I mentioned earlier. This is hard. My body hurts and I'm tired. It is literally 8:29. I was at the park for basically 1.5 hours, 1 hour 35 minutes if you want to get technical. I hit 3,671 steps, meaning is that I hit over 3,000 steps here. And I just realized I've been up for about 4.5 hours and I haven't eaten anything. And I'm not even hungry because, Manjaro vibes. And I only realized this because as I was leaving, I walked by the event, the festival event. I smelled funnel cake. I fucking love funnel cake. That's a sugar that I'd be willing to consume. And the event has a $5 entry, and I don't got money right now. So it's coming though. The blessings will be received. And I wish I felt like I accomplished something instead of feeling like a failure. I really think I've released some stored trauma because I kind of feel like I'm, age regressed a little bit, and that I feel like how I used to feel at another age. Which, if you're not familiar, that's a part of something that happens when you have CPTSD. And I think that me doing this and coming out here and walking around has just released some sort of old emotions or something. And I just feel really... I don't have any other words to use other than I feel like I failed. And I literally did something. So, I don't know... I've literally not done this before. I've come to the park and, played Pokemon Go. But, most of the time when I mentioned, playing Pokemon Go in the past, do you know what I did? I sat in my van and I drove around and I would park in different spots and I wouldn't get out of the car. That's how I played Pokemon Go. Because I couldn't do it any other way. So like I did something I really haven't done before, and I'm sore and I'm tired, and I just feel really, really sad, and that feels very counterproductive. So I'm gonna eat my bar and drink some water and drive home. I don't think I conceptualized what 10K steps was like, you know, but that is gonna be a video I make one day. It's not gonna be this video, obviously, but I don't know what I was thinking. Shit's hard. It's really, really hard. That's why so many people shy away from it, try to logic their way out of needing to do it, try to delude themselves into thinking that they don't need to push themselves outside of their current comfort. Because robbing someone of their comfort nowadays seems to be one of the worst things you could do to a person, and there's a lot of issue with that. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable to grow. God, am I fucking uncomfortable. Hey friends, it's hours later. It's 11:20 at night, and for the day I'm over 4,000 steps, and my watch resets at midnight, even though I'm probably gonna be up all night. Because now that I don't have a job, I could try to fix my sleeping schedule, but we'll see how that goes. If I'm gonna even put effort into that, we'll find out. I'm doing okay. I reheated some of the chicken enchilada bake with green beans, had that for a meal, and I wasn't even that hungry physically, but I'm glad I felt better after I ate, because like the Manjaro is Manjaroing right now, and I needed, like, you know, body needs fuel, right? So the fact that I don't feel worse than I currently do right now is kind of a win for me. I was thinking of a story because, like, as I was walking to my car, I had a memory pop into my head. As I've mentioned in the past, I'm an ex-Mormon, and which meant that I went to girls' camp, young women's camp. If you know, you know. I'm gonna do a whole story time about my first year of girls' camp, and I cannot remember if this story took place my first or second year. I genuinely don't remember. I want to say it was probably the second year, because the first year was literally so traumatic. I'm not even being facetious when I say that. But the specific memory that got jogged in my head was related to, I went on like a hike. Like, we were all hiking in the woods. We stayed in this like, I'm assuming it was somewhere in North Georgia. It could have been south of where I lived, I'm not sure, but I'm assuming it happened in North Georgia. And they had all these like cabins, and it was like a whole fucking thing. They had like a cafeteria that we would go to and eat, and thankfully when I went to girls' camp, it wasn't like in a bunch of tents like some other people may have had that experience. And basically, kind of akin to Girl Scouts, we would do these like activities and try to earn like check off certain like things on a checklist, basically, to learn skills. Like, I learned how to make like peach cobbler in a Dutch oven, how to start a fire, you know, things like that. We went on this like really long hike, and I mean, at this stage in my life, I was probably over 300 pounds or around 300 pounds. Like, I was very overweight as a child, because by the time, if I wasn't 300, I was like in 250s, and we're talking like 12, 13, 14 at the oldest. We were walking, and of course I end up being in the very back, and there was a couple people that stuck back with me, just trying to be nice. And I my memory of it's really, really fuzzy, but what I remembered was how determined I was to finish. I was guys, I have a really shocking development for you. I was not a very physically active child. I know, stunning. Oh my god, let's collectively together. I had asthma that was triggered by exercise and movement, and in fact, as I've gotten older, I've heard that like some people can literally kind of outgrow the asthma. I don't know if that's necessarily my experience, but like my lungs in that way are not nearly as bad as they were when I was a kid. I own a nebulizer because like I do get severely bad seasonal allergies. I do get wheezy. I do have kind of shitty lungs, but I don't have asthma attacks like I did when I was a kid. I remember just like pushing through and just being in a lot of pain and really, really struggling to finish, like, without someone like basically coming to get me or like a shortcut or whatever. And I think I remember this being like, it wasn't like a mile. I think I remember this being like something like a 5-mile hike, like a really, like a much longer stretch than I had ever done. Like, I struggled to walk the mile in high school, you know what I mean? So for me, whatever that was, I wish I could, oh my God. I'm getting so annoyed with myself because I can't remember the details here. But I remember pushing myself through, getting to the end of the finish line. I like walked out. I remember I burst out of the woods, both my hands up in the air, and was like, I did it. And then I collapsed on the floor. Now, did I actually collapse because of like a medical need? No. I think that was 95% just rosy dramatism. But like, I remember like I fell to the floor and I was just like, and I just like cried. And, you know, what I know now that I didn't know then is that I'm undiagnosed autistic, and there was a lot of sensory things going on, a lot of sensory overwhelm. And, at the end of the girls' camp trip, so I think this was the second year, because I didn't make it to the end of the first one. They picked me up a day early. But I got like an award, because they give everybody like some kind of award for something. And, I remember it referencing the walk. I don't talk a lot about my past, not because, well, I used to talk a lot about the trauma, but memories like this and things like this, I don't talk about a lot because, as you can see, I'm struggling to even tell the story because my memory is so negatively impacted between a few different issues that I have. And so it makes me kind of sad because I want to, like, I wish I could, like, tell the story in a better way and, like, remember it better. But as I was walking into the car today, I had this moment where I just felt really determined, and I was a little pissed off, and I was using that to, like, get me to finish my goal. And I had a kind of a sudden flashback moment to going through the woods. Like, there's a specific memory that I do have. It's a flash of a memory of me walking and like getting irritated because I had to get my shoes wet to cross a creek, like over the stones or whatever. And I was trying to like joke about things and laugh, but I was like inwardly really frustrated because with being Mormon, like when I was like 11, I was actually terrified to go to camp, and I didn't want to go at all. And I was emotionally manipulated into it by the adults that ran the young women's camp, that's a very on the nose thing for Mormons. And because like my family, we didn't have the money, so like they literally emotionally guilt tripped and manipulated me into doing what I needed to do to fundraise to go to girls camp, to a camp that I didn't want to go to, because they basically told me I didn't have a choice, when I did, but they manipulated a child into thinking that I didn't. And I think they even got my parents involved and stuff. And so my first year of girls camp, I got sun poisoning. I got so sunburnt that it was like 2nd-degree burns. By the end of the camp, I got so covered in bug bites that the backs of my legs, I couldn't see my own skin. I remember I counted on the back of one of my calves. I had over 400 bug bites on one of my legs. I got lice, and that was the year that I almost died when I almost drowned in the lake. I also had a cabin mate who bullied me so relentlessly and so harshly for no fucking reason. And it was the same year that one of the mornings that I woke up, I opened up my sleeping bag, and there was a wolf spider about this big, just chilling right where I'd been sleeping. He probably was crawling on me. I believe I was sleeping on top of it, but I remember I saw the spider, and I screamed so loudly that leaders several cabins away busted out of their cabins and like booked it to our cabin to see what was going on, because that wolf spider was fucking terrifying. That was truly the worst summer of my life. I don't know how I survived it. And, yeah, it was horrendous. And somehow I went back every other fucking year, except I think like my last year of girls camp. At that point, I think I had like left Mormonism. So, yeah, I hated it. The only good memories I have were, oh my God, this just tells you how much of a fucking fat kid I was. Good memories I had were the nachos and the desserts, like at the end of the night. Like, yeah. Oh, and whittling. I learned how to whittle. That was fun. They would have, because I got to sit inside in the AC and carve wood pieces and make things like that. And that was really cool. Yeah, I don't know. So I guess, like, it's interesting that these are memories I haven't thought about in a long time. And when I want to go back to what I was saying earlier about somatic healing, I maybe that's kind of what I was unpacking a little bit subconsciously. But yeah, I'm having some like emotions bubble up in my throat right now. It's just interesting. It's when I think back to like who I was before I was 18, like when I like this age range that I'm talking about, I don't recognize that person at all. I was fully traumatized and no one acknowledged or knew it to the extent of what it was. And I was undiagnosed, autistic, neurodivergent as fuck, untreated ADHD, severely bullied, and dealing with some abuse in my life and stuff. And it's crazy to think back on that and just know how much I've changed, how much I've grown. Because from the age of like 18 to 22, I like disassociated myself so much from who I was as a child. Like I still had a lot of growing to do when I was 22. I was a little arrogant and very misguided in a lot of ways, but I was also very angry. When I initially left the church, it's only been the past couple of years that I've finally let go of a lot of my anger when it comes to religion. Because, I mean, on top of everything else, the religious trauma aspect is its own thing. But I just think that I've come a really long way. And I want to share stuff about my past the best that I can remember it with you guys, and document these memories in case I ever forget them fully, because I've already forgotten more than enough. And it's just interesting how much that story, that time frame of my life popped up today for me. I never think about it. So anyway, I did 3K steps today, and we truck along, we vibe.
I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops.